This is John and Steve, live from HRH Prog 7 in Pwllheli, North Wales, and today we're speaking with Deafening Opera.
Thank
How
you.
you doing, guys?
Hi.
Yeah, good to see you all. Thanks for coming. Right, from what I can gather, like you just said, you've been driving for 20 hours.
Wow.
Wow.
What a journey.
Looking fresh-faced.
I know.
Thank you.
Ready for action.
You too.
Yeah, or an achievement.
Exactly.
Before we start, would you like to introduce yourselves and say what you do in the band? So our listeners can...
Hi, I'm Adrian. I'm the singer of the band.
I'm Conrad. I'm the drummer.
I'm Christian. I play bass and background vocals.
I'm Tom and I play rhythm guitar. I'm Moritz and I play guitars.
Oh, wow.
Got the whole band here.
Superb, superb. And could you tell us, obviously some of our listeners may not have come across you guys. Could you give us a bit of a potted history, a brief synopsis of how long you've been together and what brought you together and what you're trying to achieve?
Right. So, when did we start? I think it was 14 years ago.
Oh, I guess I'm at 14.
When was that? That was...
Well, like a school band, I
2006.
guess. Something like
Yeah. Yeah. So, a lot of us know ourselves from childhood, actually. So, I know Mark's from childhood. He just lives on the other side of the street. With Adrian, we went to school, and then we met Conrad, also just a couple of villages next door, basically. Yeah, and then we started playing music together. It was quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
So.
And in the beginning, it wasn't like prog, really.
Yeah,
And
I think, yeah.
We played our favorite songs, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of Metallica, of course. And,
Yeah, I was going to ask you where the sort of progging thing comes.
yeah.
Yeah. So who did you play then? Who else was in your early sets? With bands did you
Guns
play?
N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Metallica.
Those were the
Some
days.
classic rock.
Yeah.
Some of the very big ones.
Oh,
Rammstein.
Rammstein.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. Oh my god. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, but this was one gig in one song.
Yeah.
Still counts.
Yeah.
First gig, yeah.
And at a Dream Theater, of course, we covered a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we started with Dream Theater,
Yeah.
I guess. And then we
Yeah.
branched out into...
So you were more a
Progressive
covers
music.
band when you first started?
When we first started.
Yeah.
That a long time ago.
a
Yeah.
long time ago. And then we started with our first album, which
Yeah.
came out in, when was it? Synesthesia,
2009.
2009.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those were all our songs. And
Yeah. So and this album was very playful, I would say.
Yeah.
So we were young and we had lots of ideas, and then we mixed in jazz and funk and
Latin music.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, Latin
Yes,
music,
yes,
classical music.
Tried-
We had a string quartet in the.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
we did everything.
We experimented a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, all on one
Yes.
album. That's a hell of an achievement.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can listen to the music and then you can hear this is experiments by young people that wanna try everything that they can and that's possible.
And if possible at once.
Yeah.
That's definitely a prog
Strange, but-
attitude.
Yeah.
Definitely a prog attitude.
And yeah.
And obviously you built your fan base around the fact that you were doing covers. How did they take to your original material?
We
Didn't
didn't
you say that? No, I think we
Was
just
it
started
just
doing
a
that.
gradual
with many
progression? In,
Well, we started playing covers to check out how we fit musically and as players together. But but then we moved to playing our own stuff pretty fast.
Yeah, so I think the goal from the beginning was as
So
fast as
you
possible
never had a
transition.
gigging covers band as such.
No,
That was just
no.
a way to bed in
Yes,
together. and-
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
So you've only ever
Beginning,
gigged your
like,
own
really
material.
early.
Yeah.
And I think we found a lot of new fans like through the prog music. So we have like in Munich where we're based, we have a lot of like friends and like the old people that listen to us from the beginning that love our new stuff now. But like the bigger part is like prog fans all over the world who discovered us through like various shows or through the internet.
Yeah, with Blueprint.
Yeah,
the second.
Yeah,
album.
Blueprint was the
Blueprint.
second album. Yeah, and
Yes.
and I think as opposed to Synesthesia, the first one, we tried to to make one cohesive album
it's more
that makes
streamlined,
sense.
like-
It's more streamlined,
Yeah.
less solo
Experimental.
tirades, and just I think a little more heavy and a little more grounded.
Yeah.
More focus on structure, song structure too.
Yeah, I think so. And then we were, and then also I think the whole online world was available then. When was it? 2012? When did we do it?
Blueprint.
Yeah, Blueprint. When did we release it?
2012. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 13.
Yeah.
It was 13.
Something.
Yeah, we should know.
You should know.
It says on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've talked about your international fan base.
Yes.
How extensively have you managed to tour internationally?
Well,
This is it.
touring is
Yeah.
hard.
Just the first foray into the UK, is it?
Into the
Yes.
UK, yes.
Oh wow!
So
Yeah.
Welcome to the UK.
it's
Thank
easier.
you.
It's easier to distribute music worldwide now than
Yeah.
actually play it worldwide now.
Yeah.
With the internet, I mean, it's easy. It's
Yeah.
available for
everywhere.
everybody everywhere. So that's nice.
Because Germany's got a very healthy prog scene
Yeah.
over there.
Mm.
You know, bands like Saga are massive over there, and
Yeah.
Arena and all that.
Yeah.
You know, and I just find that it's sad in a way that UK prog bands have to take their music to Europe to be appreciated.
Okay.
You know, and you know when you think back to the origins of prog, you know, all the big bands were British.
Right.
You know, and yet now we're
that's
having
true.
to take it to South America and Europe
Yeah.
and all that to get appreciated. You know.
Interesting.
Where do you find the prog scene is in Germany in that respect? You know, do you find that people are far more receptive to it?
So, so the prog scene to us seems like a family, because we at every gig, at every so there are a couple of prog locations, as here in the UK as well, and as in France as well, for example. Everybody comes and you meet all the guys that you know, and then there's once a year there's Lorelei, and everybody meets there.
Night of the program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems very very close knit together. So it's nice. Same for France, for example. France is very well organized. The prog scene. They have some. How do you say that in English? Some NGOs. It's not like a
No, yeah.
like non-profit organizations.
non-profit organizations.
That organize all the gigs and organize the tour, and then we
And that were really
we were able to
with
do
their
a
heart and blood
nice
and soul.
tours there.
Yeah, really.
And how did you get to be involved with HRH? Did they approach you? Did you contact them?
No, I think
Yeah,
we applied.
Yeah, we
Which is-
applied.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like officially through the internet portal, like, hey, bands apply here.
Okay.
We send them our stuff and said, hey, we want to play.
They said, yeah,
Cool.
sure. Come
First
over.
time you asked. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Oh, man.
But
Because they predominantly they are British bands.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I know we got Southern Empire, but I think they were touring anyway. You know, just fitted in with their schedule.
Yeah.
But I think they normally have one foreign band. The rest are,
Mhm.
you know, English.
We have an Irish band as well. Something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you say we were one of the very few foreign bands.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that explains our little power problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we need, of course, their European power plugs.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's fine though.
They managed to sort it out.
Yeah.
But do you think it's because of the logistics of it and the costings and so on that maybe more bands from outside the UK don't apply to come?
Could be.
Because obviously it's cost you your travel time and
Yeah,
fuel
of
and
course.
so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Could be. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah. We're here, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
fantastic.
We would have to ask the organizers, but
Yeah.
If these guys can do it, you can.
Yes.
Yeah. We need more foreign bands.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so the latest album. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Let Silence Fall.
Yeah.
yeah. So this released was this year.
Yeah. This year.
Yeah, it was this year.
Yes.
Early this
In the
year.
beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Such a long year.
Dude, it is.
And I think this is definitely the best. I think we so I told you about the first album, which was very very playful and very proggy. The second one very grounded and more heavy metal, I think, and then or more rock music, just classic rock music. And now I think we went a little back to the roots, combined the best of the last 2 albums in this one. So this is, I think, definitely the
But you
best
find
we've ever
that
done.
this album there is the sound that you've been looking for all along. The earlier albums were sort of just you getting to that point.
You could say that.
Yeah.
Yes, you could say that. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, isn't this how this works anyways? I mean, we needed to make the first 2 albums to be able to make that album anyways.
It's a progress. Right?
Yes, it was all the stages of evolution that we did as a band, as persons that led to this album basically, and to this.
I know if we even can say that we found our sound now because we're still evolving. It's like an ongoing process. It never stops. Like
we're confident in that sound that we created.
Yeah, because I know you get some bands who have a very successful debut album.
Yeah.
You know, things like Boston. You know, their first album was amazing. You know, and then I think they try to emulate that in the later albums.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like, where do we go from here? You know what I mean? Whereas you guys have sort of...
I think so. We have. So what we do is, after every album, we try to talk a lot to our fans. What do they like? What works? And then we really try to figure out what are the good parts, what are good mechanics in the music, what can we take out of there, and what do we have to change. So
what do we want to change?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you get involved with social media? You know, is that important? You know,
I think so. Yes.
Out to the fan stuff.
I think so. Especially international fans to reach them from outside of Germany.
Yeah.
It's very
like you said earlier, you know, it's easier to distribute music, you know, around the world, much easier than it is to tour around the world.
Right.
So in that, what are your views on the internet? You know, regarding streaming and downloading?
Well, it's mixed, I guess.
Yeah.
So I think the overall revenue of the whole music industry is much smaller now than compared to maybe in the 80s. Also, there is much more competition now because you basically compete against everybody in the world online.
Yeah.
On the other hand, it's much easier if you find your niche and if you find your just in evolution this ecological niche that you can live in, that you're best adapted to, and that
target.
Yeah, that you can target, right, and then you can be successful there.
And as you say, you know, there's so much music coming out now. You know, I have a website I go on regularly because I run a show every Sunday. In fact, I paid you guys last week for a preview show, and I get bombarded with music from all avenues. And there's a website I go on to check on new releases, and it just blows my mind. You know, how much new stuff's coming out.
You can't even
How
keep track.
do you feel about that? Because obviously you've got to stand out from the crowd. You know, what do you feel that you can bring to the table that sets you apart from other bands? Is that something that you have to think about? You know?
Well, yeah, we should.
Like wearing silly hats and stuff.
Yeah.
But we don't think about it initially when we write songs, I guess. We just write what we want to
Yeah, we just
write.
try
I don't know.
Let the music speak for itself.
we just try to make the best music that we can. And I think
also, if you're listening to new music and the decision that if you like this, do I like this song especially, or do I like this kind of music, you do that so fast. I mean, it's a few seconds of music and then you say, okay, I could listen to that a bit more, and not. So we just can't make music, and others listen to that, and if they like it, nice. And if they don't, well, we couldn't reach them anyway, so or we just can do our stuff and do it and do our best. Yes, that's our approach basically.
So it's all about the music for you guys.
Yes.
You know, you don't need to put any kind of theatrics or
no, that's not us.
come on with a fox's head on.
Nope.
But it's not all it's not only about the music. I think what's very important to be successful is still, and this did not change, is still about relationships. I think this is relationships to the fans and to other guys in the scene, and to also people in the prog scene that are just important, because they try to improve the prog scene. They try to revive it maybe, or bring it forward.
It's certainly going through a bit of a revival at the moment.
Yeah,
I think, so.
yeah.
Very
So,
much so.
But there's an integrity to your approach that's quite honourable.
Thank you.
I like
Maybe.
that.
Yeah. Guys, I'm very much aware of the fact that you've got to be at at your set
Sound
very
check.
shortly.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for taking your time
Thank you.
to come and talk with us today, and I wish you all the best with the set.
Yeah,
Fantastic having you here. Please come again.
Yeah.
And
Thank
have
you
a
so
great
much.
set.
Thanks for having
Unfortunately,
us.
we won't be able to see you guys, but I'm
Yeah,
sure
we're
you'll
stuck
go
here.
an absolute
He's
storm.
gotta
That's
One of our staff is doing reviews, so we'll hear all
Great.
about you later.
Okay, thank you. Cool.
Thanks very much.
Thank you so